from people react to Trump's Piggy statement.
Like, I am beyond fucking done with MAGA in my comments, calling me evil, calling me a bad person, making fun of my appearance, doing whatever the fuck you want.
To Nicki Minaj or Nigerian Christians.
Especially as artists and people in entertainment.
Should she be fired?
The President of the United States used his platform to call for my arrest.
Epstein list drama continues.
I will be the first one to tell you that if Donald Trump's name is on the Epstein list as an abuser.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm host of today and my name is Elvis Derry.
A man calls out President Trump for calling a reporter Piggy. Listen to this.
I'm still trying to understand why no one in the Republican Party has called out Donald Trump for calling a reporter Piggy. Like, why are we okay with this? Why is this type of behavior acceptable? How is it presidential? Why isn't anyone pushing back? And it should not be the responsibility of women to push back. It should not be the responsibility of other reporters to push back. It should be the responsibility of other people within the party that their leader of the party is doing shit like this. Why is this okay?
A woman who celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk has a screaming meltdown over Trump calling a reporter Piggy.
I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Like, I am beyond fucking done with MAGA in my comments, calling me evil, calling me a bad person, making fun of my appearance, doing whatever the fuck you want. I'm fucking done. For Charlie Kirk, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Yesterday I made a video explaining how you still support this man after he literally called a woman on live TV Piggy. Okay? You guys were saying, well, her name's Peggy, that's why. Her name's fucking Catherine, okay? Or she called her McGee. Stop. Stop right now. I know you guys are dumb, but I really hope you're not that fucking dumb. But after what I saw this morning, you guys come on my comments one more fucking time and call me evil. I'm so fucking done. Do you know what your president did this morning and you still support? There were 6 Democrats who made a fucking infomercial to remind the military to follow their oath. Do you know what your president called for? Their fucking death. For them to be hung. You think me making a fucking singing and dancing video of thoughts and prayers wasn't okay and deserved for my family to be attacked? But you're okay with the sitting president of the United States calling for the hanging of sitting Congress members. You sick fucking individuals, get the fuck out of my comments.
A Maui resident tells about Trump sending Ivanka to Maui after the fires with a cargo jet full of supplies. No press, no photographers, just Trump's generosity, generators and Elon Musk Starlink Wi-Fi.
He came to Maui.
He came with an empty plane.
Yes.
Did you know that Trump's daughter came with a plane full of generators? She brought Skylink. She was undercover. I have pictures of her. She partnered with the church up the street and put out a big, huge meal for everybody, and no press covered that. I think Trump is the great negotiator, and we need somebody like him to negotiate. I mean, look what he did with RFK Jr. just recently. That's the art of the deal right there.
Yeah,
perfect example.
He can solve things and wrap things up, and I believe if he does become president, he's going to help America first. Do you believe
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. And I'm all for legal immigration, like most people.
Mm-hmm.
We want people that come into our country to be vetted. We don't want criminals. We don't want fentanyl. It's killing us. And look at, Trump went after the opioid crisis, the big pharma. And that's why they tried to kill him.
Yep.
Tried everything else.
Rapper Nicki Minaj said that she does not care if it's popular, hard or scary to speak up in support of President Trump's help of Christians in Nigeria.
Especially as artists and people in entertainment, I think it sometimes can feel scary to speak up about anything that may not be the norm or the popular thing to speak about. I never care if something is popular. I care about what rings true to me, to people who are going through hard times right now in Nigeria. I hope that when they see this being done, that it makes them feel heard, that it makes them feel like, okay, someone cares, yeah.
A Palestine activist says that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria, but evidence shows that over 50,000 Christians have been killed since 2009 and 7,000 have been killed this year alone.
There is no Christian genocide happening in Nigeria, and these claims exist to further U.S. interests in the region. There is no credible evidence or international reports of a targeted, deliberate Christian genocide by Boko Haram. And the talking points surrounding this by U.S. political actors are rooted in misinformation and are not supported by the datasets. Now that being said, Boko Haram's attacks on Christians, including massacres, church attacks, and kidnappings, are absolutely real. Now this violence is absolutely real. To say that no violence against Christians exists is as equally wrong as saying that it is a targeted, deliberate Christian genocide. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Boko Haram is an extremist, Salafist terrorist group that has attacked churches and mosques, meaning their victims are both Christian and Muslim. Independent conflict data sets and media analysis shows many Muslim victims. Some data projects actually report more Muslim deaths than Christian deaths in recent multi-year periods. And this is in line with the statistics behind multiple international insurgency groups. The vast majority of terror victims are Muslim. And these attacks generally focus on Muslims they consider apostates or collaborators. So multiple data sets actually show that the number of Muslim victims is either equal to or even greater than the number of Christian victims. And this isn't to say that Christian deaths don't exist or are somehow less valuable than Muslim deaths. The question is just in the scale of it. The claims of a targeted Christian genocide just aren't supported by the data sets. The reason these claims are amplified to such a degree, though, especially in U.S. political circles, is the way that this feeds into the broader geopolitical matrix. The U.S. is specifically advancing this rhetoric as a pretext to protecting its interests in the region. And I'll give you one guess as to what that interest is. Spoiler alert, it's oil. Nigeria is actively reshaping its oil sector, emphasizing domestic refining and reducing their reliance on imports. Nigeria is moving towards greater energy sovereignty, moving their crude oil specifically to domestic refineries rather than exports. This is something that would drastically shift the global oil supply and value chain. That domestic prioritization could be seen as a threat to U.S. oil interests. And the U.S. is no stranger to propping up insurgency groups when their oil interests are threatened. There are credible reports that the U.S. was previously involved in funding Boko Haram. So not only are they responsible for pushing the narrative of a Christian genocide, they are also responsible for funding the people who are allegedly enacting it. All of this as a means to undercut Nigeria's oil sovereignty and impose our own interests on the state, the exact way that we had done in the entire Middle East.
A TikToker has a message for Donald Trump. Do you agree with him?
I got one thing to say to you, you orange deranged POS. Fuck you. Your ass need to go. You ain't shit. That's all.
What would your reaction be if President Trump is named in the Epstein list as an abuser? Listen to this.
I will be the first one to tell you that if Donald Trump's name is on the Epstein list as an abuser, as somebody who went to that island specifically to take part in that kind of abuse, then I will want the man that I voted for hung publicly with freaking spears hanging out of him. But what we have right now is we have a Democrat politician taking literal orders from Jeffrey Epstein in real time after he was convicted in the middle of a congressional hearing to create the Democrat narrative, and Hakeem Jeffries collecting money from him. This is not speculation. This has been proven. And here's the thing. I'm talking to you, Democrat voters, you will still vote for both of those people. We are so much better than you.
What does it really mean to be a proud woke Democrat?
Proud to be woke, proud to be a liberal, proud to be a Democrat. Hell yeah. What does that mean? That means that I care about everybody. That means I care about the USA. That means I care about our air. That means I care about our parks, our oceans. That means I care about what is going on. That doesn't mean that I am a MAGA, which is a racist Republican. There is a complete difference. You can be a Republican and you're not a MAGA and you're not a racist piece of shit. But yes, I will always stay woke. I will always be a liberal and I will always care about my country, the United States of America. Yes, I love America. I love what it stands for. I also love our Constitution. You will never break it, rip it, or burn it. You're stuck with it.
A liberal restaurant worker declares not to serve people who wear MAGA hats. Should she be fired for this?
You know what, there's one thing about me as a server. If you come into my job with a fucking MAGA hat on, you can leave. Get out. We don't serve your kind here. Y'all want to be racist so bad? Okay, let me discriminate against you. And if somebody else gets to them before I do, oh, best believe I'm spilling your drinks, your food, your hot-ass ramen all over you. You're gonna leave here with third-degree fucking burns, bitch. Get the fuck out of my restaurant.
Do you think it is treason by telling the military not to follow orders? Listen to this.
Earlier today, the President of the United States used his platform to call for my arrest and even to threaten violence against me, specifically death by hanging. Why? Because I joined 5 other duly elected members of Congress who have served in the military or in intelligence services in recording a simple message to our armed forces. Our message to them was, remember your oath. Follow lawful orders, refuse unlawful ones, uphold the Constitution above all else. Each of us who has participated has previously served this nation with honor, and the fact that the President responded with threats is really chilling, and it reveals far more about his authoritarian instincts than it does about anything that we said. In fact, he made our case for us. But let me be clear about something else. Political intimidation and threats of violence are not leadership, and they will not silence those of us who believe in the rule of law and who actually respect our military. I stand proudly with my colleagues. And to the men and women who are currently serving, your oath is to the Constitution, not to any individual. Federal law, international law, and the Uniform Code of Military Justice guide you in your duty. We stand with you, and we have your back.
Democrats in the House and the Senate are calling for military personnel to not follow Trump's orders. What do you think about this?
Oh my God. So I just saw a commercial with the Democrats freaking calling for us military personnel to not obey orders. Listen to what that sounds like, okay? Democrats in the House and the Senate are calling for military personnel to not follow Trump's orders. But we, Republican conservatives, are the insurrectionists. Okay. Someone needs to put a nip in the butt of that right now. That's absolutely absurd. So for the military personnel out there, if you don't obey a lawful order, guess what? That is insubordination. And you can be punished for that. Because there hasn't been one law that I found to be unconstitutional other than when being forced to vaccinate with the COVID one. Let that sink in. Forced mandates.
Respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that are including JP Morgan shares. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
Incriminating in the file, Venezuela, sir.
Quiet, begin.
On Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot of meetings.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.